Welcome back to the baseball podcast. We have Shawn Spradling with us. Shawn, we're going to disregard the fact that it's been like 8 months since we recorded an episode.
That is
And
not true.
that's true. We did just do another one. But before that, it had been like 8 months. Shawn, the World Baseball Classic is here. It's the best time of year. What are your plans for the World Baseball Classic? Where are you going to be?
Okay, real quick, pause on that because my favorite thing is when you say "Welcome back to the baseball podcast," and then you jump right into it as if it's like yesterday,
Oh,
everyone was
yeah.
locked in, and then the day before it was like, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I literally, like, I'll write the descriptions. Like, this episode, Ethan and Tom talk about whatever, whatever, whatever.
yeah.
And I would always just write them as like this week on the baseball podcast, we do whatever. And very quickly, I was like, this episode.
Yeah.
You're like this quarter on the baseball pod.
Yeah, totally.
No,
We have no.
it's
We
always
do
great being back,
quality
though,
over
guys.
quantity here on the baseball
No,
podcast. Okay.
100%.
But you know what? Sean cares more about the baseball podcast than the baseball podcast hosts care about the baseball podcast. Because I didn't hit up Sean and say, hey, do you want to come on the show? Although I am thrilled to have him. Sean hits me up and goes, my schedule's filling up. It's my time of year. It's the World Baseball Classic. I want to make sure to have time for you guys, though. What a guy.
I got to make time for my OGs, honestly. I was like,
Hell yeah.
hey, I got a couple other podcasts that I'm going on, and I'm like, this is not my WBC time of year. This is my baseball podcast time of year.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, so I had to make it happen.
It's our baseball podcast time of year, too.
Yeah. So, Sean, where are you going to be for the World Baseball Classic? And then we can jump into the topic of today's episode.
So I actually have breaking news for
Whoa.
the baseball podcast.
Whoa.
The loyal followers and listeners.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
just got my email. I don't know if I'm allowed to
Okay.
say this. I just got the email
I'll edit it out.
that I got my credentials, my media credentials approved for the WBC. So
Yes.
I will officially be at the games.
Are we
Nice.
talking? Are we talking another exclusive Shugo Maki interview? Is that on the table?
If I get nothing else from the WBC, but I get Shugo Maki English video round 2, it will be a success.
Yeah.
I don't know if
and-
he's done an English interview since March 2023. So I'm hoping to get the second of.
It'll be a tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But yeah,
You're
so
his
I can
English
get approved.
interview guy.
I got my credentials approved. I can't wait to be
Nice.
there. I'll be in Houston for the pool stage, and then after that, quarterfinals most likely as well through the finals in Miami.
Awesome.
Nice.
We're looking forward to it, Sean. You know where I'll be? Right here outside Philadelphia. I'm not going.
Right. I will probably be on his couch, much like him,
Yeah.
for a lot of these games.
I
Or
will
my-
take the heat.
Y'all
I
gonna
will
lock
take the
into
heat.
the games in Japan at 3 a.m.
I don't know, man. Although
I would love to.
my schedule's different this time. Last time I was working at Starbucks, I didn't have to go until like 11 most days. I could do it. Now I got to go to work at like 8. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
tough.
I'll take the heat though. Tom, for like ever since the 2023 tournament, was like, we got to go to the World Baseball Classic. I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, we're not making money off this podcast, dude. Like, come on.
Well, and also like in 2023, I remember seeing tickets to, I think it was Israel versus Nicaragua, and they were like $30. I was like, dude, how can I say no to that? I don't think there's any pricing that looks like that anymore because it blew up last time.
Because of Sean.
Yes,
Thanks.
in large part.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah,
No,
like
you're-
I don't expect there to be any sort of like affordable WBC pricing this time around. So,
I don't know. I haven't looked at the prices much. I don't think that the smaller games are too bad, but of course it's also getting to the city and like the
Yeah.
travel
You got to fly down
and
there. You got to find somewhere to
lodging.
stay and everything. Yeah, Sean's like, I don't know how much they cost because I'll be on the field with the players, but yeah, hopefully you guys can scratch the money together.
yeah, maybe grab some overtime, maybe tap your 401k.
Go get a
after.
second job and tell your wife to work. You'll be able to.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm trying to stick to Sean's timetable because as everybody who's watched all the other episodes can tell, I'm not good at that. So let's
Yeah, we go off the rails a lot.
let's jump into it. Sean, you didn't respond to my text. It's fine about whether or not this is a suitable topic, but I'm guessing.
That's great. I love it.
All right, cool. I
Mhm.
figured we could go down. You guys both have the list I sent you? I
Yeah.
shared the Google Doc.
Yes.
All right. I figured we could do the WBC what could have been. Because what better way to show our excitement for the upcoming tournament than complaining about what it's not going to have?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
That's
So,
probably how I would choose to do it if I
And
had
if
like my perfect scenario, you know.
And
well,
you
so
know I'm down for it too because that's the whole purpose of the dream teams. And it's so funny because after the rosters were announced, I forget this each time the WBC comes around after the dream teams. It's inevitable that like I'm a little disappointed from every team because it's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, like I was expecting this because it was literally the dream scenario, and I forget that that's not reality. So
Right.
yeah, this is a
Although,
great exercise.
although man, I'm bagging on Sean a lot here, and I don't mean to, but I'm a little upset with you, Sean, and let me explain why. Australia got all of their guys, right? Bazana's going to play, Mead's going to play, Hendricks
Yeah.
isn't going to play, but like he was hurt a lot. Like, all right, I guess that's like one guy that's missing. But other than that, they got everybody. And if it weren't for Shawn Spradling, I'd say they have everybody. But now because of Sean, I know that Ben Brown could be playing there, and they don't have
Mm.
Ben Brown, so now I have something to be upset about.
Yeah, that is a I dropped the ball on that one for sure. Especially
No, no,
because like,
you picked up the
well,
ball.
I picked up the ball. They dropped the ball.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't even and it's like even that one is like you and I talked about it. It's like he's most likely eligible.
Oh, you never found out for sure?
But it's like I got conflicting reports after we talked last, and so it was
Mhm.
like I don't know. I know that they had talked to him, and I don't know if that's the reason he didn't play or not, but they kind of just it was kind of left there. So I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump into it. We can go pool
So
by
you're
pool.
off the hook for now.
Yeah, for now. We'll talk to Ben and then we'll let you know. Um,
Yeah.
why don't we just jump in? We can go pool by pool real fast. I wrote down some guys that I think each team would love to have, and either for injuries or maybe eligibility concerns or I don't know, anything else. Javi Baez got suspended, something like that. Why a guy couldn't
Insurance
be there?
concerns.
Yeah.
Mm.
I want Sean's insight into a couple of these because I'm not sure they actually were eligible, and I'm sure you will. So you can straighten me out. And then you can give a couple names too if you'd like. How's that work for you guys?
I love it. That's great.
All
All
right.
right. I'm going to try
Okay.
and go real fast. First pool. Porter, I see the text coming across the screen of
Sean's real
Sean
time
writing
editing.
guys. Perfect. All
I'll
right.
be adding to the Google Doc as
That's
we go.
fine. That's fine. We'll
Yeah.
just cut them off. So for Puerto Rico, I put Francisco Lindor and Carlos Correa. Those are obviously the two biggest names that insurance didn't want to let play. And then Sean just,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. And then Sean just reminded me Riley Green was eligible. I forgot about that. Man, Tom and I were talking about this. Puerto Rico still looks like a good team. It does not look like the team it was last year.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, or the team it could be.
I'm sorry, last tournament.
Yeah, which is just so frustrating, man. The 2017, like one of the most fun like player uh conglomerates was
Yeah.
like the infield of Puerto Rico, with it being like it's just so fun to see Javi Baez, Francisco Lindor, Carlos Correa. Like that infield
And
is so fun.
TJ Rivera at first base. Who could forget
Oh,
him?
of course, yeah.
Right. The
The
legend.
four.
Yeah, the
The
quartet.
classic four.
Exactly.
The
All right.
core
So,
four.
so we'll, no, go ahead.
Yeah, no, but it's like, and for one reason or another, none of those guys are playing. But yeah, it's those guys and Riley Green are like the big misses for them for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a bummer.
it's a situation where like we talked about this on our like roster review, quote unquote, where like there's not really just a big three anymore like there was last time. Like I think Mexico kind of graduated to like dark horse status, and
Yeah.
I think we were tossing around Italy as like a dark horse, like good team.
Ball
So like
mills.
there's a lot less of just, you know, US, DR, Japan, pick one. Like Venezuela is right there with them again.
Mhm.
And then you have Mexico,
Yeah,
Italy.
Mexico should be
It's
awesome.
like it's a little bit deeper of a tournament this time around. So it is unfortunate that like Puerto Rico probably would have been in that discussion had things gone differently, but as it stands, they're probably not.
Mhm.
See,
So
I'm so bad
it's
with time.
tragic.
I'm so bad with time because we literally just got bogged down in the first one.
Yeah.
So let's try.
That's fine.
Let's try.
We'll figure
No,
it
and
out.
that's me. And that's me. That's me. Let's try to keep moving. Cuba, I put two options. I put Jordan Alvarez. I think he's just probably the best Cuban player alive right now. But then a more
Right, yeah.
realistic option, Luis Robert. He played for them in the past, but I think he came out and said something along the lines of like, "I'm not going to play until everybody can play," something like that, which I totally respect
Hmm.
him for. So Cuba made their own bed. You guys lie in it now. I don't feel bad for them.
Yeah. Also, Luis Robert quickly falling out of locked in consideration with his play.
Yeah, maybe he'll
Eh.
be good for the Mets or something.
Sorry,
Canada,
public apology to Luis
yeah,
Robert. I
you got to
mean,
squash the beef. Canada, Freddie
yeah,
Freeman. I think that one's pretty obvious, right? Any other
yeah.
guys you're considering, Sean?
That's the biggest name for
All
sure.
right, all right, no problem. Panama, George Springer's eligible, correct?
Yes, he is.
Okay, and yeah, so that's the guy. He would be a huge get for Panama. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then,
actually, you know what? I do have a name for Canada. Nick
yeah.
Pivetta.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that
okay.
is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pitching,
man.
you always need pitching in the WBC. That's
Like
a difference maker.
2020 Phillies fan me would not believe the sentence that you just said.
Dude, I've seen people rating Nick Pivetta as like an outside shot at like top 10 starting pitcher in MLB this year. And it's like, I mean, I would, again, Philly fan of me would never have believed it, but it's not like
Yeah.
completely
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he's got great
No.
stuff. All right, and then
Yeah.
Colombia, I put Jonathan India. I'm fairly certain he's eligible. And I looked, and this is what made me happy because I went through this list and just looked at, baseball reference guys from Colombia, guys from Panama. A lot of these teams got most of their guys. Panama wasn't really missing many guys. Colombia wasn't missing many guys. So I started to go with like, all right, who are some American guys that could have gone with? If that's who you're missing, good for you. You know what I mean? They got most of the Panamanian guys.
Yeah.
Although didn't
Mhm.
Ivan Herrera just get banged by insurance? Am I making that up?
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
tough. I don't know if it was insurance or not actually, but he's not playing, and that was a big blow for them. Although I think Panama's still underrated.
Yeah, I like Panama. I think I told Tom.
Yeah, I think that was kind of our conclusion also.
Yeah, I predicted Panama and Canada to come out of these pools. You know
Oh,
what? Real fast, let's
wow.
stack that on. Sean,
Dude,
give us
Ethan's
who's coming
hot
out of
takes have
coming
been
out of that
crazy.
pool?
Wow, I love that take because I don't think anyone's, I think it's funny that like you have like, those like meme, like the iceberg meme where it's like it gets deeper and
Yeah,
deeper as you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
down, but
yeah,
like it more like ball knowledge as you continue to go. I
yeah.
think right now, like the consensus is like in the general baseball world, it's like Puerto Rico and Canada because Canada is like underrated and they have a really great team, which is great. It's true. They're one of my dark horse teams. But then it's like next level down, it's like Puerto Rico or Canada and Colombia because it's like, oh, actually, Colombia is pretty underrated. They have pitching, they have all their top guys, they played really well in the qualifiers. I think even one layer deeper than that of like in the international baseball, like super specific, I think Panama is honestly pretty underrated. I
Yeah,
would
I think
not at all.
Panama's really good.
No one's talking about him. Like no one's talking about that team, but
I think
Yeah,
people are so
pitching.
used to them just being irrelevant that
Yeah.
that they probably don't even really look at the roster.
And they have like multiple pitchers, like their top pitchers are playing in the KBO and NPB. So it's like also just out of sight, out of mind, I think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's exactly what I was going to bring up with Panama because last time they could hit. They just didn't have any. They just didn't have any pitching, and now they've got like Logan Allen. I think like should be able to handle any lineup. Like you probably throw him against Canada, and then they got like Paulo Espino, like guys like that, like Umberto Jaime Barria. Well, that's like a big league quality. Sorry, he's a big league level starter. I wouldn't call him a quality starter in the big leagues, but like that's a guy that you can
Yeah.
throw against Colombia and feel good about it. I was on the fence between them and Colombia because I think Quintana is the best pitcher in the pool, and I think if you line him up against whoever you need to beat, you can.
I disagree.
You think somebody else can't? I'm trying to think who the pitchers are now.
I I have a strong opinion on who's the best starting pitcher in that pool.
I can't think of who else is in the pool now. Give it to me.
I'm going through. I'm trying
And
to
it's
see
the
who I
team that
think.
I actually think is probably going to finish last in the pool.
Oh, is this one of the Cuban guys?
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Levon Moinelo is like Cy Young level in NPB. Like he
Okay.
is, if he were to come over to
Okay.
MLB, he's like, I mean, he's one of the top. He's one of the easily the top pitchers in Japan right now, and we know what a Cy Young level pitcher in Japan does in MLB. So I think that he's a difference maker. But then after that, they don't have much depth. But
Okay.
sorry,
Mhm.
I'm throwing us way off now.
No, no, no. I'm glad because like if you go back and listen to the episode we did like our WCB. Hang on. We did our
Try that
world
again.
we did our World Baseball Classic predictions, and we literally just glossed over Cuba because I was like, I don't know who most of these guys are. Like, I know who a couple of
Yeah.
the MPB guys are. They got like a handful of big leaguers, but everybody else, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that person. You know what I mean? Because I don't
Yeah, we're
watch
doing
MLB.
a lot of like just trying to get Phil Seelig back on so we can
Yeah,
like learn
actually,
about
he
these
told me he would.
dudes.
I got to hit him up back. But yeah, I mean,
Yaku,
that was
our guy Yaku Cosmopolitan, he also reminded me like there's a lot of Japanese players on the Cuban roster that play in Japan, and they're pretty decent. So
okay. All right, this
Okay.
is good.
All right.
This is good. All right, so Sean, who do you have coming out of it? Give us who you have coming out of each pool as we're going. Who do you have coming out of the pool?
yeah, so for Pool A, I have Puerto Rico and
Okay.
Canada,
Okay.
I think that's a
which
perfectly.
Okay.
I think that's pretty basic, like pretty mainstream. I think Canada, I think Puerto Rico, they took a half step down, but I still think that they have the strongest roster of any team in that pool. I think their
Yeah,
pitching,
I would
the
agree with
bullpen
that.
is pretty solid
Yeah,
still.
and with
Um,
Diaz, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I also think they're going to be way hungrier now than they were before, and I don't want to like take that lightly because they're going to be playing in San Juan and like
Hmm.
they're not happy with the insurance stuff. So I think they're going to play with a hunger. So I would say them in Canada.
All right, cool. All right, let's move on
All
to
right.
Pool B. I forgot to label the pools, so I think I have them in the right order, but correct me if I'm wrong. Pool B, U.S., Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, Brazil. So
Yeah,
we
I
got
like how we go Pool A, Puerto Rico, Pool B, Houston, Pool C, Japan,
yeah,
and then Pool D, Miami.
Florida.
Mhm.
Hilarious. I loved it when they were doing it more like globally, like when there was one in Taiwan
Yeah.
and well, didn't they do? Yeah, they
Yeah,
did it in
why
Korea in
do we know why they
2017.
don't do that as much anymore? Like it seems like they're getting more and more like US centric.
I don't know. I mean, last WBC we had Taiwan and Japan. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again if we have like, I mean, I think when they had Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and China all and Australia all playing over there, and they weren't going to put Taiwan and Japan in, I mean, Taiwan and China in the same pool. They needed like I think
Two Asian.
multiple
Yeah.
Yeah.
pools in East Asia. I don't know. Maybe that's just
I
speculation,
would
but that's
guess
my
another part of it is that they still somewhat have to sell big leaguers on it. So if you can say like, hey, it's near spring training, it's not that far away, it's not going to
sure.
mess up your schedule. Like I feel like I've heard that that's why they put Israel in like in Florida every year because
Yeah,
the MLB guys don't want to go if it's like that far away. So I don't know.
yeah.
That's just my theory. All right, so here's who we got. Somebody had a Pete Alonso for the U.S.
That
Good
was me.
call.
I had a Pete
Good
Alonso
call.
for
I put
USA.
Mike Trout. I know Mike Trout probably would not be a starter on this team, but it's Mike Trout. He's the guy that ended the last
Oh,
WBC. He was the best player in
oh,
baseball
dude.
for like a decade, surefire Hall of Famer. And also the US got most of their guys. I couldn't think of anybody like that was like missing. You know what I mean? So I was like, Mike Trout, let's do Mike Trout. Sean, you got any thoughts?
Sean has added in Hunter Brown, who is my all-time fantasy baseball nemesis. That got me right in the heart.
Sean put Hunter Brown
He
and
is a
Josh
good
Hader. Now
man.
we're just doing an Astros podcast.
I
Dude, Hunter
gotta give a
Brown.
little bit of my Astros bias every once in a while.
Yeah.
Hunter Brown.
Next
I
Sean is gonna
had
be like
him.
Zach DeZenzo and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
had Hunter
Ray
Brown on my
Kessinger.
fantasy team when he gave up 11 runs in 0.1 innings, and I got rid
Oh
of him. And
man.
I was like, I will never roster him again. And then he was like a Cy Young candidate last year, and I was like,
Sean
I
is a
had to.
Chas McCormick, not even an Astro anymore.
He's not even an Astro
Although
anymore.
local
Hey,
guy,
but he is. You know what he is though? He's a local boy to
yeah,
us.
he's probably hanging out near us. All
Yeah,
right, so
I remember those storylines during the World Series when it was like, yeah, Chaz's parents are wearing Astros gear all over Philly and his
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah,
what's gonna happen to them?
yeah. I
yeah.
played in
Well,
a men's league with his twin brother 2 years ago.
Wait, no way.
uh,
Wow.
Yeah,
imagine being a big leaguer's twin brother. By the way, like different paths. You know?
pathetic, dude. He
Like I
didn't
heard.
even have like Victus bats for like Chaz did. I was like, come on, Chaz, break him off one time.
Yeah, there you
Really?
go. All right,
Okay.
so Mexico. I think the big guy they missed out from last year was Isaac Paredes.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
fairly certain
Mm.
he's not on the road. I was doing this
Yeah.
off memory in the car earlier, so if I messed up anything, please let me
No,
know.
Paredes
I
is
feel like
definitely the big one. Another Astro for now that is not playing. I'm trying to remember if they have anyone else that's like really missing from like what their dream team was, but that was the big one that people were frustrated by for sure.
Yeah, so they have both of the Urias brothers on their roster on their website, but I feel like I heard one of them dropped out.
No, they're both there. I think
Okay.
it's the website that doesn't have them, but
Okay,
they
maybe that's what it
announced
is.
it on MLB Network. I think it
Okay.
was that way around,
Okay.
but
Really
um,
fast. That like commercial thing they did with the little kids playing Guess Who was like the coolest. That was the
so
best
good.
announcement yet. I loved that.
Yeah, I did too, man. I love what their media team is doing.
Yeah. And that was one where like selfishly, like there are times in my life where I feel really good about my Spanish, and there are times in my life where I feel really bad about my Spanish. And since that was little kids speaking, I was like, "Pff, I can do this. I don't even need the
You're like,
subtitles.
you're like, dude, I'm bilingual.
Yeah. I took 8 years of Spanish. I'm ahead of these kids.
True.
I will say the only other player that was like a bummer is Marcelo Meyer won't be there. Not that like they don't really need another like middle infielder because they have a couple that are going to be solid. They've got Joey Ortiz and a couple
Hmm.
other guys, but Nick Gonzalez. But he was supposed to be like that next guy up. So
Yeah.
I kind of wish he was there.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think it's pretty much.
he's a little more exciting than like Nick Gonzalez also.
Yeah.
So, that would have been nice to see. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
For Italy, I know there's probably loads of guys that are Italian American, but I didn't really feel like going through like names on MLB and being like that one ends in O. That probably works.
Yeah,
So I
that
put
guy's name sounds like a
yeah.
pasta. Let's give him a look.
So I put Chase Burns. I don't think he's an Italian citizen, but he was born there, so I think that gets you in, right? To the
That makes you
WBC.
eligible.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that would have been a heck of a
Okay.
get. I
Did it
understand though why.
is that because of the like Italy changed their eligibility rules for
Mhm.
this tournament, right? Am I making
So
them
they changed their citizenship law by descent, and
hmm
which is normally indicates like who's eligible in the WBC or not. But for him,
right.
the WBC laws like for or rules for eligibility just straight up state if you were born there, you can play there. So he kind of
There you go.
bypasses all the citizenship stuff.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
like that
Well,
one would have been cool. He would have been nice.
get
Great
him on the
Britain,
team.
Great Britain, Sean. This is where I need your help a little bit because I don't know 100% of all these guys to be eligible. Sebastian Walcott, he just got surgery, so but he would have been eligible. I know that for sure.
Yep.
Like 19 years old, uber prospect would have been super cool. Kumar Rocker, that one I'm not sure about. That'll just come down to like if he has a grandparent who was part of the British Raj, who knows? And then
Yeah.
Jack Leiter, I'm fairly certain, and really throw in all the Leiters. There are what two others.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain they're eligible, but you take the reins here. Oh, and
Yep, they
Tom's
are.
rating Gabe. We forgot about Gabe.
I can't
Yeah,
believe you forgot
Gabe, I'm
about
sorry.
Gabriel
I'm a
Gabe, I'm
little upset
sorry.
Rincones
about that, man.
Jr.
You're right. I'm
Friend of
sorry.
the podcast, quote unquote.
You're right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, he
Friend
was
of
a
half of the
friend,
podcast.
not
Yeah,
anymore.
ex-friend of the podcast.
Yeah. Friendship ended with the
Yeah.
baseball podcast.
So Sean, you take the reins. Am I right about all those guys?
Yes, yeah. So the lighters would are eligible. I would have loved to see that. Jack Leiter, Mark Leiter Jr., and then I think his name's Cam. Cam Leiter was one of the like top draft prospects out of the college last year. So all three could be a great addition to the pitching rotation, the pitching staff. And so yes, for them, Sebastian Walcott for sure, being Bahamian, he's
Yeah.
eligible. Kumar Rocker's the only one that I'm of the three that I'm like. I don't know for sure. I put him on my dream team, but I haven't had anyone actually confirm that or not.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I know Leiter was almost going to play for Team USA.
Oh, really? That
Yeah, they said they
actually.
talked to him about it, and then he was like, I guess he was either insurance. I think it might have been insurance. Honestly, let's just I'm just gonna
Classic.
chalk
There's
everything up
that
to
word again.
Yeah.
insurance.
I want to
Yeah.
throw in an honorable mention here. I I would like to see on my dream team for Team Great Britain, I would like to see the T on their jersey actually be centered. There's like a little bit of it hanging off onto the other like fold of the jersey, and it's
Oh yeah.
infuriating. Like I saw a picture of it and I was like, oh, dude, how could you possibly leave it like that? Just move it over, man.
I will say I think the jerseys have taken a little bit of a step back for this tournament. I
Oh,
think
across
probably
the
because
board. Yeah.
didn't Nike take over all the jerseys and
Yeah.
before it was yeah. So like Puerto Rico's jerseys were like S tier last time.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Hmm.
Now they're
So quality has gone up for a lot of the countries that like didn't have Nike as their
yeah.
manufacturer because they just couldn't afford like high-end quality. But
Hmm.
design has definitely gone down because it's just copy and paste at this point. Every single country has
Right.
the same design.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah.
part's a bummer. And then the last thing, and we can start in the meeting in a second, is Great Britain, I think, was one of the teams that had the greatest gap between like Dream Team and reality because a lot of these guys probably just don't have any interest because they're not like really British that much. But like they could have been like a really good team if they got all their guys, like Caleb Durbin and a couple of the NPB guys, like stuff like that. But it didn't happen.
Yeah, some of the MPB guys,
okay.
even like Josh Naylor, like the Naylor brothers could play for
Oh
them.
yeah, Tristan McKenzie.
Tristan McKenzie. Yeah, but those MPB guys like Shun Mizutani and Kenta Bright are like both studs in NPB.
Yeah,
Would have been a lot of fun to
yeah.
see.
Now, do you know if South African guys would count? Because they're part of the Commonwealth. Like I'm
Maybe
thinking like
so.
Taylor Scott,
Don't
like
they have
Dylan
their own
Unsworth.
Yeah.
team on the world stage though?
They do, but I'm
They
thinking
do.
like Dylan Unsworth or some Dylan Unsworth, like a career AAA guy who pitched really well in like Australia and Mexico. Just
Okay.
for those who may not know, like I'm thinking he could do the Ronald Madrano and
I was
like
about to say
play in
Ronald
the
Madrano.
qualifiers
Yo.
and then jump ship when his team doesn't make it. But
Friend of the podcast, Ronald Madrano.
yeah, that's just a thought. Tom, do you want to start of the meeting? Sean, we will get you out of here by 9. Don't worry.
Yes. Yes.
You're good.
let's-
No, hey, it's
Right,
fine.
Sean's like, I like you guys so much. We might be on 9:05. All right, I'll tell my wife to wait.
We talked war stick too long at the beginning, so we'll give it a 10-minute bonus over time.
Oh, we got a grace period. Perfect.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
All right, Tom, send me over a link.
All right.
So after Great Britain, Brazil, there's a couple of guys, Dylan Lee, CJ Cafis, Sean, as you told the world. I don't know if there are any other Brazilian eligible major leaguers, but the
I mean,
big
we
guy.
mentioned like Jan Gomes playing instead of coaching.
Oh yeah,
Those are
what's up
probably the
with
only
that?
ones.
Dude, what? Like that came out of first of all, I just thought he had not distanced himself from the national team, but like he just wasn't really involved in the process this time. And I was like, okay, whatever, he's not going to play.
Yeah.
But to see him on the coaching staff, it's like, dude, you're one of the best hitters in that locker room. Like, why are you not on the field?
Yeah,
They hung him
that-
up?
like
I
that's
don't
the
know.
thing. Like I can understand not feeling like traveling, not feel like okay, fine. Like if you don't want to be part of it, fine. But like you're part of it enough, you're just not playing. I mean, like,
Yeah.
who am I to question another man's motivations? I have no idea. But
Right.
like
Yeah.
the whole thing, I just was like, either be part of it or don't. You know,
Yeah.
As a fan, you got to be disappointed,
Yeah.
though. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course,
But-
the big name is Bichette.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the big name. Bobish. I mean, listen, Brazil's probably not winning a game even with Bobichat, but they're really toast.
Hey,
Without-
at least they have Dante Bichette Jr. and his yellow hair. You know. They do have that.
He just re-dyed it. He's ready.
Oh,
He's ready to
perfect.
go.
Oh, dude, he's in game form now.
He's
Now,
giving
Sean, I
you,
got a
Tom,
rant.
a run for your money on how long the length of hair.
Yeah, I just haven't dyed mine, but
Yeah.
I will. I'll find
Yeah.
I'll find a suitably like team themed color. I have
Yeah, there
like
you
Carolina blue hair. It'll be
Now,
sick.
Sean, I got a Brazil question for you real fast.
Mhm.
There is a big link between Brazil and Japan. There's a lot of immigration between the two countries, right? Or at least I know there's a lot of Japanese immigration into Brazil.
Mhm.
Is
Mhm.
there more of a Brazilian presence within NPB? I know they have Oscar Nakaoshi played over there.
Yeah, there's a little bit. I would. It's not like to the level of like Cuba. Cuba has a lot of players in NPB, but you have Oscar Nakaoshi. You have Bo Takahashi, who is one of the top starters for Brazil. So
Mhm.
it is not as much going the other way where it's Brazil to Japan. It's more Japan to Brazil. Brazil has the biggest Japanese diaspora in the world. It's over 2 million Japanese citizens or Japanese people in Brazil. So
Mhm.
a lot of influence of Japanese baseball in Brazil.
Yeah. All right, cool. Cool. Well, hopefully they can I don't know, somehow not get relegated.
Although I will say
Yeah.
their shortstop, Vitor Ito, he's like a coach in Japan right now. I think he's like maybe like an NPB minor league team. I don't remember.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's funny that he's like coaching there, and then he's going to come back and play
Yeah.
in the WBC for a little bit, and then go back.
Oh, that's super cool.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of
cool.
like
good
a
on him,
Czech
you know?
Republic kind of like day job thing, you know?
Yeah. That rocks. All right, so speaking of Japan, we can move on to Pool C. And Japan, I got Roki Sasaki and Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher. I think those are the two big. I'm sure there are plenty of NPB guys. I don't know enough about that. Those are the two guys that came to my mind.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those are the two. And Lars Nootbaar, if you want to go to
Yes,
the,
Lars Nootbaar. You're
Yeah.
right.
the
Yeah.
fun side of it. It's like he was such a fun like storyline last time.
Yeah. And I saw, I think it was Jeff Duda tweeted out a thing that they're going to go with like Seiya Suzuki in center and Yoshida
They
like
are.
playing the outfield. For a league that's so focused on like fundamentals, that is rolling the dice.
I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing. I was like, wait, I thought they were known for they're known for like putting Sosuke Genda, who is like doesn't really he's not a hitter, but he's like elite defensively. Like they've kept him in the lineup a little longer than most people would wanted, I think.
Mhm.
But then to put Seiya Suzuki in center field is an interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, you do you guys, I guess. Real fast, while we're on the topic of Japan, Sean, Eric Ballnar from the ABL sent me over a list of ABL alumni that are
Hmm.
playing at the WBC. I'm working on an article for him for that. And he gave me, well, you say Kikuchi. I know who that is, obviously. Another Astro for you. You know who
Mhm.
Taisei Makihara or Atsuki Tanechi are? Because I got nothing. Evidently, those are ABL guys.
I definitely know them like from NPB, but
Okay.
I don't know much about
Are they
the
good or
players.
are they like end of the roster guys?
I think Makihara is really good.
Okay.
Who is the other guy you mentioned?
Wait, who'd you just say?
Taisei Makihara.
Okay, Atsuki Tanechi, Atsuki.
Yeah, definitely another player that I've seen a lot of, but I haven't done any
Okay,
research into
that's
him.
fine. I just figured while I
Can
had
I
you here.
throw a name out there? And it looks like he's not having like a great season, but I remember him being like super exciting to talk about last time.
Yeah.
Chusei Manami.
Oh yeah, Chusei Minami's
I would
awesome.
I would love to see him on there. It looks like it like again, he didn't have like the most wonderful season ever, but like it's also a turbo dead ball era in NPB. So I'm a little wary of just like looking at offensive stats and being like, I don't know, man, step it up.
Yeah,
Just
he's
like,
got a he's got a bunch of power. He's a great hitter. And
yeah,
he's
get
like
him on there.
he's the guy that like always circulates on those like aggregator Twitter accounts that it's like, whoa, look at this throw from the outfield from
Oh
Japan.
yeah,
And it's the
Yeah,
same
I
guy like
googled
4 years
Shusei
later.
Manami and it suggested Shusei Manami throw, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
what do you
yeah.
do? Whoa.
Yeah.
So
Now,
funny.
see, this is just because my brain is weird. There was like a train of thought, but I'm not even going to bother getting into it. This got me thinking about team like Philippines because they're like some like half Filipino guys playing in MPB, and then there are like some Filipino Anthony Volpe guys like that in MLB. I think the Philippines would be a super exciting team if they were in the World Baseball Classic. They get some super fun guys. Tim Tebow, of course.
Yeah.
And so this gives me
Obviously.
another idea. I'm sure your schedule's packed up until the WBC. Maybe afterwards we can have you on. Do a WBC what could have been with teams.
Ooh, that'd be
Like
fun.
Greece would be
Mm.
a super exciting team. Cody
Greece would be
Bellinger.
fun.
Yeah.
We could even do like Uganda and try to put
Yeah,
together a full
Uganda.
roster of
Yeah.
Uganda.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. All right, but that's a
yeah,
topic for another day. I just
Right,
had to get
yeah.
it out there because I'm going to forget about it in 5 minutes and the idea is going to go away.
I love
So,
it. Okay.
all right, cool. All right, Japan. So Korea, I put Tommy Edman. He was the big he was their big
Hmm.
import last time, and I'm guessing because he was spent so much time on the shelf last year, the Dodgers were able to deny him. And then a couple of guys playing MLB, Ha-Sung Kim, who just broke his wrist. I think he
Yeah,
was going to play
speaking of
before
the
that.
shelf.
Yeah, I think he was going to play before that, right? And then
For
he got
sure.
hurt, so that was a
Yeah.
bummer. And then Rob Refsnyder, who I don't know how much he cares about Korea because he's pretty much just an American guy. But you know, MLB player could have been fun.
Yeah.
So, you got any
Yeah.
thoughts?
Mashes lefties, so
Yeah,
has a
Philly should
role.
have signed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, it's the pitching because Korea has a pretty solid lineup, even without some of their top guys. But a lot of their top pitchers won't play. Like I know Woo Jin An is like the guy that had some like controversy coming out of high school, and he's kind of like almost semi-banned from the national team, but a lot of people still want him to play. Chang Mo
Mhm.
Koo and Tae In Wan, neither of them are playing, so they're missing out on a lot of their top starters.
Okay. And then the big guy, I know that you said he wasn't ultimately deemed eligible, but JJ Weatherhole would have been super exciting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the whole like talking baseball graphic where it's like not Korean enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
See
Yeah.
that?
So that one was a bummer. It wasn't super fun. So
Yeah.
moving on to Australia, we already went over this. I don't think we need to get stuck. Ben Brown and Liam Hendricks, two
Mhm.
MLB guys, would have been nice, but what are you gonna do? Czechia, Sean, I need your help here because I got question marks next to a couple of guys, and maybe you can shed some light onto this because Tom and I were talking about it. I don't know if these names were just bandied about because they sound Czech or something, or if these guys actually had some sort of connection. Adam Motzko, Jeff Duda did say they reached out to him; he would be eligible. didn't work out for whatever reason. I think
Hmm.
the Blue Jays asked him to play for Canada because they're the Canadian team. I think is what happened. Randall Grichuk, I know some Czech TV station or something said that like he was in consideration. I don't know what happened with that. And then I literally was sitting there earlier today Googling Ryan Stanek Czech, Ryan Stanek, Shawn Spradling, trying to find like what was going on with Ryan Stanek. And I did the same thing for David Bednar. I could have sworn, like maybe I Mandela affected it, that you had tweets about both those guys being Czech in consideration, but give me what you got.
The David Bednar one, I don't know if I ever tweeted that out. I
All
know it
right.
was like rumors kind of
Mm,
going around. Ryan
Okay.
Stanek, at one point, like I think most people were pretty certain that he was eligible. Again, this is all just
mhm.
speculation, though. I'm just going based off of like reports because I've never. I mean, it's funny in 2023, it was like this source says this, so I'm putting it on my graphic. This time, it's funny. Like I've actually talked to some players about their eligibility, although. Stanek I've not talked to, so I don't know if he's actually
Right.
eligible or if they ever talked to him. But Taryn Vavra is playing,
Darren
so
Baber's playing, and
Yep.
yeah, they would have had Eric Sogard, but he got hurt. Yeah,
yeah, so
um,
that's one. Yeah.
yeah, it's weird, like because I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I did an interview one time with the Greek national team manager, the former Greek national team manager, and he was like, "Oh, Cody Bellinger's Greek." I was like, "Yeah, I knew that." He's like, Mike Moustakas. Okay, sure, I knew that. And then he dropped a couple of names like I was supposed to know them, and he was like Mitch Haniger, and I was like, "What? What about that would lead me to believe that he's Greek?" And he was like, I don't, like he knew
Right.
people at MLB, and he's like, oh yeah, they got in touch with Mitch, and he's Greek. Or like Sam Huff, who was just like bad catcher on the Rangers. Evidently,
Uh,
he's Greek, and or like the best name ever. He went, yeah, and there was this kid who was supposed to be good a while back, Andrew Lambo, and I was like, Andrew Lambo has to have nothing better to do than to play for the Greek team
Yeah.
right
What's got him too busy to show up for team
Yeah,
games? Come
exactly.
on,
Like, why
man.
can't Andrew Lambo make it out there for the Green team? But
oh my gosh, yeah,
Relive
that's
the
so funny.
glory days, man.
yeah,
I'm trying to get on Team Ukraine. Okay, I'm putting out feelers. I'm gonna play
yeah,
in the World Baseball Classic next time, dude. It's gonna
do
All right,
it.
happen.
make it happen. That'll be
Yeah,
part of our next episode where it's like we're making the like what if for all of these teams that are not playing. We'll
no,
do
we're gonna do
Yes.
the what
encore
if for
teams.
us.
Yeah.
Like what? Like Shawn
Yeah.
Spradling, Mexico superstar, Tom Quirk, Ukraine third base. No, Evan Longoria should be their third baseman. I think he's
Is he
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian?
Yeah, I read that somewhere. I thought I don't know. I'm
Uh,
gonna have to. I'm
okay.
making a lot of claims here. I'm gonna have to
Right.
start backing these up at some point.
Yeah, you're
All
really
right.
Boy,
throwing these around.
Yeah. All right.
moving
So,
on to Taiwan because
yeah.
we got to respect
Yeah,
the
we
time.
gotta wrap it up. Taiwan, Corbin Carroll's the big one.
Yeah.
He decided to play for USA. Who can blame him? And then he got
Yeah.
hurt, so he's not playing for anything. The big Taiwanese guy they're missing, Kai Wei Tang. He's been bad in the majors, but he's a major leaguer. Would have been nice. I don't know. Am I missing anybody, Sean?
The only other like big name for me is Lee Lin. Like he's won a couple MVPs, I think, and he's a perennially like the one of the top hitters in CPBL. Like
Okay.
perennially, like he's hitting 350 every year kind of guy.
Okay.
He's not going to be
Nope.
there this time. I think because of injury.
Oh, that's a bummer. All
Yeah.
right. So we can move on to the last pool. Venezuela, I put Jose Altuve. I think that's the big name. I'm sure there are
Hmm.
other Venezuelan guys that aren't playing. A lot of Astros talk. But Jose Altuve got hurt in the last tournament and he's getting older and everything, so it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
That one's a bummer. DR, same kind of thing.
Also, I'm not sure where he like necessarily fits. I guess it's second base, but they have two second basemen rostered and their outfield's stacked. I mean, he
I
might
mean, I think if
actually
he
be
wants to
like,
play, he's on the team. I think it's
yeah,
second.
it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but the DRI, you can pick anybody really. You know what I mean? The Dominican Republic
Yeah,
has so many guys.
yeah,
I put Ellie De La
50% of
Cruz.
MLB.
Yeah, I put Ellie De La Cruz and Jose Ramirez. I thought were maybe the two
Yeah,
biggest names
those are good names.
they didn't
Mhm.
get. I think both of them were seriously considering it and then didn't work out for some reason or so. Right? Like
Ellie
I
wanted
pick,
to. Ellie definitely with like people thought were going to play. That was insurance, and then Ramirez he hoodwinked us again, just like in 2023. He's like, "I'm all in. We're doing this. Let's go." And then all of a sudden, he's like, "For personal reasons, I will not be playing."
that's such
Oh,
a.
I don't know.
Oh, really
oh,
fast. Speaking of that, I was looking for something on Twitter. I forget the other day, but I was going back through my tweets to find something. And I had retweeted this thing that I don't remember if you tweeted it or if you retweeted it and that's how I found it or whatever. It was this video of Kevin Pillar saying, I will definitely be playing in the next WBC. Kevin, I don't see you anywhere.
yeah, I'm checking the rosters.
Yeah, what's going on, man? And Team
Yeah.
Israel only has two good outfield. Actually, I kind of like RJ Shrek, who's like a minor leaguer. They only have two good outfielders. I would
Honestly,
be thrilled to
thank you
see
for
Kevin.
reminding me of that. I totally forgot that I tweeted that out. But yeah, he straight up told me he was playing. A lot can happen in 2 years, but still,
Right.
come on.
Well,
He's just
so I
retired.
think
What's he doing? Spending time with his family? Come on.
I want to
Insurance. He
say
needs his salary guaranteed.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm confirming here on the baseball podcast, Kevin Pillar, liar.
Yeah, and no, and you know what? Let's leverage this to our advantage. Kevin, if you want to dispute that, come on here to the baseball podcast.
Yeah, clear your name.
Sean, I like how Sean's sitting there like, I actually know major leaguers and I actually want to like get along with teams. Can you like not do that?
I can't. I have no comment on any of these.
Okay.
We're
Sean,
gonna
if we're ever
put
going too far, just tell me.
This entire episode off the record.
Yeah,
we're gonna put the when they interview like a member of a drug cartel like filter over Sean. Like he's like, I really like the idea of Steve Wilson.
Yeah.
Like,
He's got like a bandana over his face and
Yeah.
sunglasses.
That's good.
All right. Let's finish that. We're so close. Netherlands. I thought there were two big names, and you'll have to confirm one of these. I'm gonna do my best. Gerangelo Senja.
Yeah,
How'd I do?
I think Gerangelo Saintja.
All right.
there you go.
I think that would have been like the sexiest player in the entire tournament because what I want to know, and nobody's asking this question as far as I can tell,
Okay.
does he get double the pitch count? Like, do they count his left-handed pitches and then his right-handed pitches?
I highly doubt it, but he should.
He
Like,
should.
It should be per
The
arm.
Gerangelo
Yeah.
rule.
Because if
If it's
that's
a health
true,
issue.
that team has like no pitching. That would be enormous.
Yeah,
For them to
that'd be
get
like
him.
Shohei. You get an extra pitcher. Well, if he was to pitch, you get an extra player on your roster having Shohei. You get an
Yeah.
extra pitcher on your roster having Saintja.
Yeah, I agree. He would have been a super fun one. And then Leo DeVries, yes,
Yep.
eligible.
Yeah, I think he's officially a Dutch citizen as of last year too.
Now, what's his deal? Like, how is he Dutch?
Well, I think it's his. I think it's his grandparents. I don't know if his. Well, according to Dutch citizenship by descent law, I think your parents have to be citizens for you to become citizens. So I think maybe his grandparents were born in the Netherlands.
They
Or
gave it to his parents, and then his parents gave it
through
to
them through his
Okay.
parents. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, his last name is super Dutch.
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
Yeah.
like you look at like the Dutch national team in like soccer, or they all have De Vries, De Blok, whatever.
Yeah, De Jong. Yeah,
De Jong.
I did
Everyone
consider
knew.
going down that road and being like Paul De Jong, Chase De Jong,
Yeah.
Josh Van Meter, just going through like names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like everyone assumed there was a connection. So then when he actually came out and was like, and there was some report that he got his Dutch citizenship, everybody's like, oh, no way. Like he actually is. So
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, and the Palacios brothers were the other guys I considered putting there, but they're not as cool names. Real fast, I got a
that's
bone to
exciting.
pick with people because there's this graphic going around, and I've given my thoughts on this a lot, but there's this graphic going around of being like, here's the breakdown by birthplace of all the teams in WBC. And it's like America's like 30 out of 30, and Japan's 30 out of 30, whatever. And then the Israel has like one Israeli and then a bunch of Americans, and people are using this to like dunk on them, be like, why is that team even in the competition? And the ones that get singled out are Great Britain, Israel, and Italy.
Yeah.
And the Netherlands totally should be in that category because most of their team is Curacao and Aruba guys who are technically Dutch, but like they're just as big frauds as the other team. I mean, I'm all for this, by the way. Like use the rules for whatever way you can. I have no problem with that. But if you're gonna go off on Israel and stuff, the Netherlands is no better.
I think we did like an entire episode. I think it might have been with Sean last time where we were like, we would rather see a good tournament than like a, nationality pure tournament, but like you want to see them like work towards it. And I don't know if that's happened with all these teams, but yeah, I mean, the Netherlands really should just be team Aruba / Curacao, and then
I mean,
and also
it's the
people from the
rules.
team in the Netherlands are eligible too.
Like I get it that it feels unfair, but it's the rules of the tournament that it's like it's as simple as if you're eligible for citizenship, then you can play. And if you're not eligible for citizenship, you can't. It just so happens that there's different citizenship laws for each country. So it feels unfair, but in my mind, it's not.
And also like
with-
people want it to be the FIFA World Cup, and it's just not because like, okay, let's do it your way. You have to have a passport. it's going to be like a 16 tournament. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody else is going to suck.
Yeah, you're gonna
And then
see like some team that is just awful, like show up in the quarterfinals because they just ran out of good teams.
Like, yeah,
yeah,
ideally,
and people,
ideally, I would love for like Argentina and France to have like just be baseball superpowers and have everyone be homegrown in the
Mhm.
WBC. But it's like the reality is that's not where we are in baseball right now.
right.
Maybe 50 years from now, like South Africa is going to be a baseball powerhouse. But until then, it's like,
Right.
I mean, you have to, if we want these countries, if we want to like help the tournament move forward, these rules make the most sense for now.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and the other thing that people, and I know we got to let you go, but like the other thing that people like lose sight of is like there's money on the line. So like if Israel or Italy can put together a better team by like cheating, they get more money to then invest into baseball in Italy. Like it's not
Yeah.
just a total waste of time. But
Yeah,
Hmm.
totally.
yeah, all right.
Also, like
Last two.
Israel, like just barely avoided getting relegated last time. So, like, I don't know that it's a terribly pressing issue.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not like any of these teams are going
totally.
super far. At least not like it. Yeah, it's not like Israel's winning the whole thing. So speaking of Israel, there are loads of guys: Rowdy Tellez, Paul Goldschmidt. We go so many guys, but the big two I think are Max Fried and Alex Bregman. Those would be like
Hmm.
tournament changers. Would
Yeah,
seriously
difference
put them on the
makers.
map. They could. I mean, they're in a really tough pool, but like ideally, maybe they could compete to move on. As it stands, they're not going to. I think
Hmm.
that.
Yeah,
But
They
imagine
wouldn't
Max Fried
anyway, but it would
and
be more
Dylan
exciting.
Cease at the top of that rotation.
yeah, Dylan Cease is another one.
Oh
Perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about him last time. It probably should have been on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, and then Nicaragua. You know Nicaragua better than I do. I just looked up on Baseball Reference Nicaragua-born guys. Jonathan Loaisiga, probably the best active Nicaraguan MLB player. I think
Mhm.
he's hurt. So that one's a bummer because he played for him last time. And actually,
Mhm.
hilariously, this is just anecdotal. I remember being like, when we were talking about this, I remember if you were on the show or last time, but I was like, if you're Nicaragua, you got to just hope to like scratch across one run and then see if you can get it into the late innings and then hand the ball to Loaisiga and then you can win the game. And they did that against Israel. They scored one run, held them scoreless through 8, gave the ball to Loaisiga and they blew the game. I was like, man, they can't do that right.
Like you
Well, wait,
almost
that was
wrote the
just
script
karma
for them.
because you pre-watched the Korea Australia games. That
That's
was
true.
karma. You gave
That's
up
true.
Israel Nicaragua for that one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Is there anybody Nicaragua like those are all the Nicaraguan guys I know of, but are there any American guys that could have played or anything that you know of, Sean?
No, that's the biggest one for sure is Loizaga because they got really all their top guys for the most part, especially on the offense. Like having Mark Vientos, that's for sure their
Hmm.
best bat.
Yeah.
And then they also
Yeah.
have Jeter Downs, who like was at first supposed to play for Colombia, and no one expected him to play for Nicaragua. So I actually think that this is pretty close to their dream team.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, which good for them. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think that's the list. I think we did good on time, Sean.
We
Yeah.
Did
did
I
great. This was
Thanks,
fantastic.
man. That makes me so
Concise.
happy.
It
That
was
makes me so happy.
concise.
Give me like a hot take on the World Baseball Classic. Like what's something that you think is going to
Ooh,
happen that nobody's thinking of?
a hot take that's gonna happen.
Or like you predict, like because I said Canada and Panama are coming out of Pool A, and you were like, "Oh, it's a scorcher." Who do you
Mm.
give me one?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
what do you
good one.
got?
What hot take do I have? I'll do. I think. Well, I guess it depends on what side of this debate you're on, because I think so. Again, another one of those like iceberg moments of like top. Like I feel like general MLB fans think Korea is the second best team in that pool, and it's like, oh, it's for sure going to be Japan and Korea. And then if you go to like the international baseball Twitter world, they're like, oh, Taiwan's way better than Korea. Like, there's no competition. And so it's like everyone's very opinionated one way or another. I
Yeah.
think it's like 50-50. I think it's like that game is one of the top games for me to watch in the WBC because I think Korea has the better hitting, Taiwan has the better pitching. I think
Hmm.
whichever team makes it out of the pool is going to be very interesting to see in the quarterfinals. I don't know if that's a hot take, but more
I,
of just
I
like an
think whichever team
observation.
makes it out of the pool is going to get smoked by the DR Venezuela,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
which I hate to
Um,
say.
It is very weird how, like, when you look at like the bracket, like the right side of the bracket is loaded, and then the left side is like the U.S. and Mexico, and that's it.
Yeah. Trying to think of
Now,
like a better hot
where do
take
you
though.
where do you have Australia in that milieu? Because it's like Japan, Czech Republic, Korea, Taiwan, Australia.
Yeah. I think they definitely overperformed in the last WBC, what most people expected, and
Mhm.
probably not what they expected, but like it was a little bit of it was like a mini Cinderella run that I don't think
Totally.
people talk about enough. I think that since a lot of the team is the same, it's just like I think they're in this weird middle ground between like there's some young guys that I'm very excited about in Australia, and then it's like the older crop that it's like they're almost past their prime. So I don't really expect them to make a splash. We saw that they can in the last WBC, but I still
Mhm.
have Korea and Taiwan like a kind of a tier ahead of them.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think one of the things we talked about last time too was like I kind of think that like Korea is going to be very aware of like stepping on a rake against Australia again. They were pretty clearly asleep at the wheel in that game in
yeah,
2023. So like I think they're going to go all out and be like, listen, we are not losing a
yeah.
winnable game to fall out of the
I have
quarterfinals.
I have my hot take.
yeah.
Okay.
Puerto
All right.
Rico makes it to the semifinals.
Whoa.
Okay. Who do
You
you have
think
them beating
they're
in the quarterfinals? Have you thought that
pure
far ahead?
No, I
pure
just thought of that
rage?
just now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
It's
it.
pure rage. I
Because,
understand.
I
because Sean, you realize I'm assuming you have U.S. and Mexico coming out of the other pool.
yeah,
That means they're going to beat one of those two teams.
yeah.
That is a that is a scorcher.
Look, Mexico's really good, but I don't think they're out of reach for Puerto
I
Rico. I think the
I think
U.S. might be, but
I think, however, the pool needs to figure its way out to where Puerto Rico plays Mexico. Maybe not USA, but Mexico. I think they have a very good chance at riding their rage and passion and heart,
mhm.
have not having their top guys to the semis.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But can you
Yeah. So all they have
imagine?
to do,
Can you imagine if they did beat the USA
Oh,
after
I would
it
be
would
all?
be
as an
crazy.
American fan, I would be disgusted. But you know what? Puerto Rico's still America, so I can claim it.
I was going to say, as an
Yeah.
American, I think I would just claim it. You know what I mean?
It
Yeah.
it's like it's just because of like how frustrated Puerto Rico is with how all of this insurance stuff has gone down, and then just to like be able to like even just to play Team USA, that would be a crazy game.
Totally. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
wild. Yeah. So all they have to do is just hope and pray like Brazil makes it out of that pool and they can beat up on them in the
Oh, they
quarterfinals.
just crush Brazil.
Yeah.
Like,
I
That'd
also
be a good
don't.
time.
I love Mexico, but I don't think it's a given that they make it out with Italy there. Italy's good.
So that was another one of my hot takes. I actually had Italy knocking off Mexico.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
you did.
surprised. I love Mexico's roster, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all with Italy.
Yeah. I think if you're Italy, you probably throw like Nola against Mexico.
Yeah. And I'm
And
pretty
then
sure
they got a
that
good
game is like
bullpen.
at the end of the pool, like Italy,
Yeah.
Mexico. So that's going to be a
Ooh.
really good
And they've
game.
got a really good bullpen. They've got like all major leaguers in the bullpen. So
Yeah.
like if they can keep him from scoring, then you just hope like Vinny Pasquantino or somebody, or like Jacob Marseille, I really
Mhm.
like hits a homer or something, and then you win like 3-2.
Yeah.
That kind of thing can happen. Sean, you gave us an extra 10 minutes. You're too kind. Here's what I'll leave you with. Ranger Suarez looks like a chubbier, tanner version of you, which threw me for a loop when I realized it the other day. And he's a good-looking fella. That's nothing against him.
Oh
Now
my God.
I have to offer a quick correction, okay, because it's not Ranger anymore. It's
It's
been
Ron Hare.
confirmed.
Yeah,
It's been confirmed.
Ranhead.
yeah, Ron Hare.
So figure it out,
Yeah.
man.
So
Figure
that's
it out. I took
yeah,
8 years of Spanish. Ranger.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And the last thing I'll leave you with, I know I just said that. I think we talked about this before. I would have loved to see Team Australia drag like the corpse of AJ Pollock out because his
Yeah,
wife's Australian
would have been nice.
to like roam center. I think that would have been a lot of fun.
That would have
That,
been a
yeah.
blast. Next
He's
time, again, we're just adding to this next episode, but next episode that I come on, we'll have to do the like all looks WBC team. So like just the guys that have the best jawline, the guys that have just
so
the
Mark Kloop
Oh,
is
like the
the
handsomest.
Mark Kloops, the ones that are the showers, maybe they're not the best on the team, but it's like the ones that the
Okay.
ladies want to see.
they're
We'll
looks
have like
maxers,
an
you know.
all yeah, looks
Yeah.
maxers. We'll just have an all looks lineup for the WBC.
I
Okay.
kind of like that idea. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's very topical because Chris Bryant might be not playing baseball anymore, but he is like one of the handsomest men I've ever seen in my life. So
I
it's
wonder
good
if
to
he's
get.
eligible for anyone else.
So he has a Jewish great grandparent, which was
Of
like
course, you know this.
one
Yeah.
too far. I know that much.
Oh,
He's
Wow.
eligible for the all pain team too.
Yeah.
That is a man who just his body betrayed him.
Yeah. Actually, if we're talking looks, Logan Wade is a seriously handsome fellow.
it's a
I'll
good looking
back
guy.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. He came on our
Friend of the
podcast.
pod.
Yeah, he came on our podcast, and this kid that I
Yeah.
worked with, John, like texted me, and he was like, "That guy is like really good looking." Like, yeah, he sure is. All right, Shawn, it's now 11 minutes past 9 o'clock. A minute past you said you would come on. Thank you for coming on. Yes,
There it
you have
is.
4 stick.
There it is. Nope.
And Shawn, do you have anything you'd like to leave the people with? You can say it.
Not really. This was a lot of
worries.
fun. Super excited for the WBC. Y'all are day ones, so I had to make time for this for
You're the
sure.
best, man. Oh yeah, plug your handles.
Yes.
Tell people where to follow you.
Yeah, at Shawn_Spradling on Twitter. Actually, last WBC it was mostly Twitter or X. Now I'm starting to post a lot more on Instagram. So if there's any of you, the Twitter X followers that want to follow me on Instagram, that's where I'm trying to grow my following now. But any international baseball, WBC related stuff, and I was thinking about this week. We're not going to have to wait 3 more years for me to cover like a major international tournament because the Olympics in 2028 come in and we will probably have MLB players. So we'll run it back to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shawn, you got to
But
keep
of course,
building
we
your
have the
following.
whole WBC before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep building your following and then make the case for them to cancel the All-Star game and do an Olympic break instead.
I love it. I will put in a good word with the man Jim Small.
Yeah, call up Rob.
Hey
Call up
Rob,
Rob Manfred.
Mr. Man.
Actually, Tony Clark just stepped down. Maybe you can be the MLBPA guy.
Yeah, I'll be a write-in candidate for that.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah, you just got to be careful around the in-laws and you'll be fine.
Yeah, perfect. All right, Shawn, thanks so much, man. Tell your wife thank you for sparing you for this long.
No, this was great. Thanks, guys.
All right, enjoy
All right,
the
thanks
WBC.
for coming on, Shawn.
Y'all rock.